Yeah, Jeffy has a secret map. He left me a bunch of clues until I found it. And let's just say it was a terrifying experience. And here's what happened. If you want to play Jeffy's secret map, make sure to leave a like down below. And now let's begin. I was in search for Jeffy from SML. The game was going as normal. I was walking around the airship looking to complete my task and also find Jeffy. While I was in the cargo bay, the communications were sabotaged and I could hear Jeffy going That is when I knew I was approaching him. Whether I'd be able to find him, that'd be another question I'd have to ask myself. The doors were closing and I was getting really scared. Jeffy is definitely up to something and I'm not too sure on what. I completed several of my tasks, but things got really strange when I entered the gap room. I noticed that Jeffy's pencil was glowing. I've never seen his pencil ever glow. This was the first time. I could hear Jeffy in the background going I then decided to approach the pencil and the light faded away. I wonder what just happened. I then left because I still had some more tasks to complete and I went down into electrical and that's when I found something on the floor. It was a pencil. Most likely a pencil that Jeffy has. But why did he leave his pencil here? I then did my task outside where I had to upload the data, since the internet doesn't work that well up here. And that is when I saw the giant Jeffy appeared, and it was the normal Jeffy. He had his giant pencil with him. So what was the pencil that was on the floor in electrical? That didn't make any sense. I then realized that things were very different. It's almost like I was in a brand new map. Jeffy was here, and then I saw his pencil and electrical. I decided to leave since Jeffy left as well. And I went back into the gap room where I saw the giant pencil on the floor. This could only belong to Jeffy, but he had his pencil when I went outside. That is so strange. I wonder if that pencil unlocks something different on the map, and things are about to get a lot more strange, which I later find out that it's definitely the case. I completed my task and we were really close to winning this game, which was good to hear. I did my task back in the gap room and that's when I noticed something outside. The giant Jeffy was staring into the airship. I wonder what the giant Jeffy is looking for, and who exactly left the pencil and electrical, and why was the pencil glowing in the gap room. The giant Jeffy then looked at me and decided to leave. I left as well. And I was trying to look for more clues. I saw a crewmate walk out of the vault all suspicious, so I decided to enter the vault myself since the cameras were being used and I could be safe. I then noticed something in the vault. There was a giant cat piano, the same one that Jeffy uses in his videos. Why is this cat piano inside of the vault? Is this also a part of Jeffy's secret map? We're finding a lot of things that are related to Jeffy. I wonder what else we can find. The taskbar was almost completed, which means that we're really close to winning this game of Among Us, but we're also trying to find out what's going on with Jeffy. I walked and walked until bodies were reported. We then all realized that the crewmate that left the vault was the imposter. I wonder if he was the one that left the cat piano and is working alongside Jeffy, who is the imposter as well. Kyun was then ejected, and he was the imposter, and we saw Jeffy stare down as he was falling. It was a giant Jeffy. Okay, this is getting a lot more strange. It seems like there needs to be one more task to win this game, and things are not getting any better. Jeffy must have been the one that sent the crewmate to leave the giant cat piano inside of the vault. I then went over to communications because it was sabotaged, and I noticed something on the floor. It was a dead rose. That's really strange. Why is it here? I was really confused, and I entered the front of the airship where I was with the other crewmates, but they also didn't know who left that there. I wonder if Jeffy was the one that left his rose, and it makes sense because Jeffy's mother is Rose. That's really interesting. It must have been for his mother. Jeffy might have been trying to give her a flower, but I wonder why. That also doesn't explain the cat piano and the pencils. A sabotage was then called, and I went to go fix it, but I was still really confused on what just happened. I went over to communications to see if I could find Jeffy walking around, but the cameras were not working. But then they turned on, and I saw Jeffy staring at the camera. He looked really scary. How did he even get access to the camera? Is he in the airship now? The game then ended and we won. I tried to ignore the entire situation and just did my task as normal. Jeffy seemed to be pointing towards something, and I think he's talking about his home. The rose and the pencils, we all know how much he loves his cat piano as well. We're gonna have to get to the bottom of this. And I think we're really close to finding out the answer, because when I entered the meeting room and completed my task, I saw something on the table. It was another pencil. This pencil looks so strange, because it was the one that I saw before. Why is Jeffy just leaving pencils everywhere? He seems to be leading me towards a clue. Hopefully I can find that clue very soon, because this is getting on my nerves, and I really want to find out the answer. I left and I went down into the engine room and entered the main hall, and that is when I saw something that really scared me. I saw Jeffy right in front of me, and he was trying to approach me. It was the giant Jeffy as well. His face was so large. I don't even know how he entered the airship map, but his enormous size really surprised me. I got so scared that I ran away, and I managed to run all the way to the left side of the airship and down into the kitchen. I wasn't sure on where to go because Jeffy was clearly after me. I then found a body on top of a vent, which gave me the option to call a meeting. We then ejected the imposter, and everything around me was dark. Where am I? Why is everything so dark? I then saw Jeffy's face on the screen, where it was pitch dark. I then appeared back on the airship, and this time I was being led into the meeting room. I then noticed that the door was opening, and I was right next to the door. Inside it was pitch dark, and I was thinking about entering, which I did. I entered inside. Everything around me was all dark, and I was surrounded. I was inside a pitch dark room, and I began to hear and that's when I saw the giant Jeffy appear. I was inside of Jeffy's secret map that was inside the airship the entire time. Jeffy then got close to me, and I was really scared. I then saw a creature right behind me. Was it another Jeffy? Jeffy then went after me and eliminated me. Don't ever enter his map.